Yeah, Merkules. Listen, y'all know what time it is, man. At this time of year, headed towards the end, when we start thinking about all the best songs, all the best verses, all the best. Shout out to Chill Rock. I'm fixing to do like a Grammy breakdown for independent underground hip hop with him. And right when you're starting to get that focus on what you think is going to be the album of the year, what you think is going to be the song of the year, people start dropping nonstop. And I want to shout out Merkules. Adam sent me a record that he has with Merkules, which a lot of you guys have already heard on Triple T. But he sent me this record and I love the record. I have listened to that record 100 times. I'm not even joking. And honestly, I think Adam really killed it with the cadence. And Adam's verse was crazy. Adam's hook is crazy. The beat is crazy. And then Merkules came on the back end of that and just did what Merkules does. Classic song. And I see the Merkules just dropped a new one. And it's got the internet buzzing. It's got the internet talking. So I figured, hey, you know what? Merkules is on my mind lately. Pause. Let's check him out, bro. Let's bring him onto the channel. And just, do what we do. And check out what Merkules has to bring to the table, man. So if y'all are ready to get into it, let's do it. But before we do, make sure you smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button for the boy. Smash that membership button and join the channel if you're feeling a little freaky about it. And thank you, because you're helping my dreams come true and you're helping the channel grow. And that's all I could ever ask from any of you. So I appreciate you guys for every little like, every little click, every little comment, everything that you do. Thank you so much. All right. Let's check this out, bro. This new Merkules. This is going to be my first time hearing it. I'm doing it with you guys. Let's go, Merk. Before we even get into this, I do want to say I think Merkules is a criminally slept on songwriter.
Baby, I've been on a mission, trying to find an escape, but today just hits different. I finally just got paid. You know how it goes when I'm on one, yeah. I'm in that old box Chevy, listening to the blues. It may be falling apart, who cares? I'm trying to cruise. You know how it goes when I'm on one, yeah. I've been working too hard to be bothered by any drama. So tonight's a celebration. We made it out rock bottom. Come on, put your cups in the sky. Yeah, come on, just put your cups in the sky. Look, we've been through a lot of shit, so we tryna just decompress. Every day I thank the Lord that I finally feel so blessed. Feel that confidence in my chest. Told my mama I do my best. If I love you, then that means that I got you until the end. I promise.
I like that sentiment. Listen, I'm thankful to God for everything that I got. I promised my mom that with these blessings, I would do my best. That sometimes that's all you need as a man to keep you going, and even without, like, I don't get involved in parties, and that's not really how I roll whenever I'm celebrating something. But at the end of the day, I can appreciate the sentiment of it because it's very, sometimes you got to celebrate life a little bit. And I think when you celebrate life, it helps you to focus on trying to catch another celebratory moment. So I think it's important sometimes as people, like he's saying, like, one time, bro, we came from rock bottom. Like, when you've been to the bottom and you know what it's like to climb up from rock bottom, you do need to find time out of your year or time out of your week or whatever it is to celebrate that you're not there anymore. Whatever that looks like, right? Like for me, that's, taking my family on a vacation, or sometimes it's just literally having an off day, clearing my mind. But however you choose to celebrate that, you need to look at it as a celebratory moment because you made it. And a lot of people never make it from those situations. And when you don't make it from situations like that, you know what happens. That's the end, right? Because if you hit rock bottom and you never climb your way out of it, it ultimately leads to jail or RIP. So it's celebratory.
And we'll keep walking down the same old road until it takes us home. I had to pay the toll. Since I was young, I had to make it known. I knew I'd be a rock star when I was 8 years old. Baby, I've been.
And now we're talking about accomplishing our dreams, right? I'll share something with y'all. Music has always spoke to me. I remember when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, it was Usher, My Way. A lot of you guys don't know about that. Around the time I was 10 years old, I was introduced to Nelly, which introduced me, once I started getting into hip hop, then came, Ludacris, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. When I got hit on that Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and I was talking to my dad about Dr. Dre, he was like, well, check this out, NWA. And, I've always been a student of that, and I've always found a calling to it. And just a love for it that you shouldn't have unless you're going to participate in it, So I always wanted to rap, or I always wanted to make music, or I always just wanted to maybe even be a songwriter behind the scenes, or just do something to be a part of it. And it wasn't in the cards, right? Like that's just not for me, especially once I hit 24 years old and I had no foreseeable sight. And I had a kid, and I had to take care of my wife and my kids. So to me, what I do here that is the fulfillment, music reviews, reactions, and breakdowns, and just talking about it with you guys. That is the fulfillment. So it's literally my dreams come true. And that's how God that's how God foresaw it, right? Where he was like, I'm going to give you this love and this passion for music, and you're going to use it to glorify my name later with a YouTube channel, which is what I do. And it gives me chills to even think about. And it's precious to me, and I love it. And I just feel him in that way, because shout out to Merkules. I never thought that I would be able to participate. I always thought that I had this passion and this love for something that I would never be able to participate in. So the fact that I'm even able to do this is big, and get paid for it. Even though I don't make a lot of money on YouTube as of right now, I have a chance, I have a shot, and that's what I hold on to, is I'm holding on to that. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna do my best. And I got to remember sometimes, like I said just a few minutes ago, to have those celebratory moments where I'm like, hey, you might not have even been able to do this. So shout out to Merkules kind of just for bringing that to my attention, man.
On a mission, trying to find an escape, but today just hits different. I finally just got paid, and how it goes when I'm on one.
And that AdSense check hits.
Yeah, I'm in that old box Chevy, listening to the blues. It may be falling apart, who cares? I'm trying to cruise. How it goes when I'm on one.
I like this, bro. This is hard. And that's what I'm trying to, I want to iterate again on this, or reiterate. He's an incredible songwriter. If you don't like this, you might just not be attracted to his voice or what it sounds like sonically, maybe. But that's what's dope about him to me, is his songwriting ability. I like his voice. I think that his flow is dope whenever he raps, and I think that when he sings, he's got this sound of his that I enjoy and that I rock with. But if you replaced his voice with another voice with the same lyrics, the same flow, and the same melodies, you would like this. This is hard, bro. This is a good record.
Too hard to be bothered by any drama, so tonight's a celebration. We made it out rock bottom. Come on, put your cups in the sky. Yeah, come on, just put your cups in the sky. I'm smoking on something special. You're pouring something that's strong. So cancel work in the morning. We're going all night long. We're gathered around a fire, higher than Cheech and Chong. I don't do that other stuff, but there's someone that we can call if you want. And we won't leave until it's.
It's good, man. I like this song. It's catchy. It's got a different type of melody to it than what I normally hear from Merkules. And it's kind of refreshing and dope to see him take a minute to appreciate where he is. You know, a lot of times he talks about the pain and the struggles of being where he is and who he is and what he's been through. So it's dope to see him kind of have that twist where he actually talks about the celebratory things too, because I think all of us need to do that so that it balances out and we're not focused on one thing over another. And, you know, misery loves company. So does positivity, you know? So this is dope. I like it. Because what I see happen all too much with pessimism is even when something celebratory happens and something beautiful happens in your life, you find a pessimistic point of view way to look even at the beauty, even at the good things that happen. And that's the curse of pessimism, you know? So I think this is kind of just, it's dope for him to do, not just for himself and for his friends and his family, but also his followers.
Sun comes up and you're still drunk as fuck. Sometimes it sucks to suck. Shades on cause it's way too bright. What a crazy night, you gotta pay the price. Baby, I've been on a mission trying to find an escape, but today just hits different. I finally just got paid and you know how it goes when I'm on one. Yeah, I'm in that old box Chevy, listening to the blues. It may be falling apart, who cares? I'm trying to cruise. You know how it goes when I'm on one. Yeah, you know how it goes when I'm on one. When I'm on one.
Yeah, man, he's a good creator, bro. Death Row Records, huh? Hold up a minute. Wait. Cause Snoop bought Death Row. Did he sign? Death Row, I think, is linked to Def Jam. Yeah, apparently so. Back in 2022, Canadian rapper Merkules has signed to Death Row Records, which he joined after Snoop Dogg acquired the label in 2022. He is the first artist to sign under the revived label and released his debut album, Survivor's Guilt, with them. The album includes features and production from the artists like Brother Lynch Hung and C. Lance. Wow. That's kind of groovy, actually, man. I think that's kind of dope. I think that's kind of saucy, bro. I think that's dope because Snoop's probably just like, yeah, dog, do whatever you want to do, man. I don't think like too many times we put like so much emphasis on independence, bro. Like sometimes it makes sense to make more money and to do better with your career by gaining the cosign of a Snoop Dogg and being signed to the same label that once produced the hits of Tupac, Dr. Dre, you know, Corrupt, Daz, Crooked Eye. Like, I like this move. I think that it actually makes sense, like knowing who Merkules is, but I just never knew that. I don't know how long that's been a thing. I mean, did it happen in 2022 when Snoop took over the label, or did it just happen like recently? But very cool, nonetheless. I don't have any gripe with that. Like, I love independence. I love the grind of independence. But if you can make a label situation make sense, and the label doesn't interfere with your creativity, and the label doesn't interfere with who you are, I don't see why people would have a gripe with that. So shout out to Merkules. That's actually pretty dope. And this song is dope. I like this song. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for whatever comes next by him, man. This record's got the internet talking, you know. I've seen other reactors doing reactions to it. So cool. You know what I mean? Shout out to Merk. And y'all peep for when that acal Forever drops, because that song, it's No Face. What's the name of that record, man? Scarface. When acal Forever drops and everybody can just freely listen to Scarface whenever they want to, which, you know, that is one of the privileges of doing reactions and stuff like that, is we kind of get music early sometimes. I love that song. I love acal on it. I love Merk on it. I think both of them went crazy. So anyway, man, shout out to Merkules, shout out to Death Row Records, and shout out to Snoop Dogg, and shout out to you guys. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate y'all. If you're new to the channel and you stayed all the way to the end, please make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button for me. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.